most beautiful thing was first time we put electric propulsion system which worked on that satellite. It was a new
Amazing.
technology we had to
Okay.
demonstrate. Phase 1 of ISRO is over, which was Sarabhai's dreams. We have made it true.
Yes.
Now it is phase 2 now.
Like ಏನ್ ಡಿಫ್ರೆನ್ಸ್ ಆಗ್ಬೋದು if they both collaborate? I mean ISRO and SpaceX.
SpaceX is by a person who is deep pocket and who need not have to answer 100 people.
Exactly.
If there is a loss, it is his loss. If a gain, his gain. You should feel proud about one thing, that I think Indian space program played a crucial role post-independence in bringing a modern technologically enabled nation.
ನಮ್ಮ ವೇದ, ನಮ್ಮ ಪುರಾಣಗಳು ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಇವಾಗಿನ ಸೈನ್ಸ್, ಟೆಕ್ನಾಲಜಿ, ಆಸ್ಟ್ರೋಫಿಸಿಕ್ಸ್, ಸ್ಪೇಸ್, ಹೌ ಯು ಕನೆಕ್ಟ್ ಬೋತ್? Space is getting congested.
Yeah.
It's an amazing statement.
Highly congested.
Hello Anuradha ma'am, welcome to Vinaysanathanishow.
Hello Vinay, so nice to be here with you.
Yeah, it's glad to meet you ma'am. It's
Same
an
here.
honor actually.
Same here.
ಹೇಗಿದ್ದೀರಿ?
Good, all good.
ಏನ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರಿ ಇವತ್ತೆಲ್ಲ? How was your day?
ನಿಮ್ಮನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ಭೇಟಿ ಮಾಡಕ್ ರೆಡಿ ಆಗಿದ್ದಿದ್ದೆ ಮುಖ್ಯವಾದ ವಿಚಾರ.
Okay. So ma'am, first questioning, if a ISRO scientist is in front of us, ನಮ್ಗೆ ಯೋಚನೆ ಬರೋದು ಹೇಗಿರ್ತಿತ್ತು, ಅವರ ಬಾಲ್ಯ ಹೇಗಿರ್ತಿತ್ತು ಅಂತ. ಸೊ ಪ್ಲೀಸ್ ಟೆಲ್ ಅಸ್, ಹೌ ಆರ್ ಯು ಆಸ್ ಅ ಕಿಡ್?
ತುಂಬಾ ಸಾಧಾರಣವಾದಂತಹ ಬಾಲ್ಯನೇ.
ಹ್ಮ್.
ನಮ್ಮ ತಂದೆ ತಾಯಿ, ನಾವು 4 ಜನ ಹೆಣ್ಮಕ್ಳು ನಮ್ಮ ಕುಟುಂಬ.
ಓಕೆ.
ನಮ್ಮ ತಂದೆ ಗೌರ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಕಾಲೇಜಲ್ಲಿ ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರು. ಸೊ ಅವರು ಸಂಸ್ಕೃತ್ ಪ್ರೊಫೆಸರ್ ಆಗಿ.
ಅಮೇಜಿಂಗ್.
ಸೊ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ತುಂಬಾ ಕಡೆ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಫರ್ಗಳಾಗೋದು. ನನ್ಗೆ ತುಂಬಾ ಜ್ಞಾಪಕ ಇರೋದು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಶಿವಮೊಗ್ಗದಿಂದ ಬೆಂಗಳೂರಿಗೆ ಬಂದ್ವಿ. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಮುಂಚೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ನಾನು ತುಂಬಾ ಸಣ್ಣವಳು. ಬ್ಯೂಟಿಫುಲ್ ಚೈಲ್ಡ್ಹುಡ್, ತುಂಬಾ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿತ್ತು. 4 ಜನ ಮನೇಲೇನೆ.
ತುಂಬಾ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿತ್ತು. ಹೆಂಗೆ, ಹೌ ಡಿಡ್ ಯು ಎಂಜಾಯ್ ದೋಸ್ ಡೇಸ್?
ನಮ್ಗೆ ಒಂದು ಸ್ಕೂಲ್ಗೆ ಹೋದ್ರೆ ಮನೆಗೆ ಬಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು ಈಗಿನ ಕಾಲದ ಮಕ್ಕಳ ತರ ಯಾವುದೇ ರೀತಿ ಒಂದು ಪ್ರೆಷರ್ ಅದು ಏನೂ ಇರ್ಲಿಲ್ಲ. ಬಂದು ಬ್ಯಾಗ್ ಒಂದ್ ಕಡೆ ಹಾಕೋದು, ಕೈಕಾಲು ತೊಳ್ಕೊಂಡು ಓಡುದು ಆಟಕ್ಕೆ, ಅಷ್ಟೇ ನಮ್ಗೆ ಕೆಲಸ. ಎಷ್ಟು ಆಟ ಆಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ವಿ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಎಲ್ಲಾ ರೀತಿ. ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಐ ವಾಸ್ ಕ್ವೈಟ್ ಎ ಟಾಮ್ ಬಾಯ್ ಅವಾಗ. ಎಲ್ರು ಕಬಡ್ಡಿ, ಲಗೋರಿ ಎಲ್ಲ ಆಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ವಿ, ಶಟಲ್ ಕಾಕ್ ಆಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ವಿ ಎಲ್ಲ. ಒಂದು ರಸ್ತೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಈಗ ಬರ್ತಾ ಅದನ್ನ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೆ, ಒಂದೇ ಫ್ಯಾಮಿಲಿ ಇದ್ದಾಗೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ಮನೆಯವ್ರು, ಆ ಮಕ್ಳುಗಳು ಎಲ್ಲ ರಸ್ತೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಕುಂಡು ಅಮ್ಮಂದ್ರೆಲ್ಲ ಸಾಯಂಕಾಲ ಒಂದು ಜಗಲಿ ಮೇಲೆ ಕೂತ್ಕೊಂಡು ಮಾತಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು. ದಟ್ ವಾಸ್ ಎ ಮೋಸ್ಟ್ ಬ್ಯೂಟಿಫುಲ್ ಫೇಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಮೈ ಲೈಫ್. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಕ್ಲಾಸಲ್ಲೂ ನಮ್ಗೆ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ವಿ. ಹಾಗನ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ವಿಪರೀತ ಓದು ಅಥವಾ ನಮ್ಮ ತಂದೆ ತಾಯಿ ಸಹಿತ ಹಾಗೆ ಇದ್ರು. ಯಾವತ್ತು ನೀನೇ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ರ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಬರಬೇಕು, ಯಾಕೆ ಇದು 1 ಮಾರ್ಕ್, ನೆವರ್. ನಮ್ಮ ತಂದೆ ತಾಯಿನೂ ಹಾಗೆ ಇದ್ರು. ಅರ್ಥ ಮಾಡ್ಕೋಬೇಕು ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರಿಂದ ಅಂತ ಒಂಥರ. ಜೊತೆಗೆ ಅವು ನಮಗೆ ಬೆಳಗ್ಗೆ ಹೊತ್ತಿನ ಟೈಮ್ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಕಾಫಿ ಕುಡಿಯೋ ಟೈಮ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ನಮ್ಮ ತಂದೆ 10 ಗಂಟೆಗೆ ಹೋಗ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರು ಕಾಲೇಜ್ಗೆ, 9:30 10. ಬೆಳಗ್ಗೆ ರಾಮಾಯಣ, ಮಹಾಭಾರತ, ಶೇಕ್ಸ್ಪಿಯರ್ ಕಥೆಗಳು ಎಲ್ಲ ಹೇಳ್ಕೊಂಡು, ಇಟ್ ವಾಸ್ ಎ ಫನ್ ಟೈಮ್ ಫಾರ್ ಅಸ್.
Nowadays you really miss that ಅಲ್ಲ? ಇವಾಗಿನ ಹುಡುಗರು ನಿಮ್ದು ಕಂಪೇರ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡ್ರೆ huge change, I guess.
I don't say that because ಏನ್ ಗೊತ್ತಾ, ಎವ್ರಿಥಿಂಗ್ ಹ್ಯಾಸ್ ಎ ಫೇಸ್. ಈಗಿನ ಕಾಲದ ಮಕ್ಕಳು ಬೇರೆ ರೀತಿ ಎಂಜಾಯ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇರ್ಬೋದು. ನಮ್ಗೆ ಬೇರೆ ಇನ್ಯಾವುದೂ ಇರ್ಲಿಲ್ಲ. ಮೊಬೈಲ್ಗಳಾಗ್ಲಿ, ಟಿವಿ ಆಗ್ಲಿ, ಫೋನ್ ಆಗ್ಲಿ ಏನೂ ಇರ್ಲಿಲ್ಲ. ಸ್ವಚ್ಛಂದವಾಗಿದ್ವಿ.
ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ದ ಟಾಕ್ ಬಿಟ್ವೀನ್ ಮೀ. ಇದಾಗ್ತಾ ಇರತ್ತೆ ನಂಗೆ. ನಮ್ಮ ಅಪ್ಪ ಎಲ್ಲ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇರ್ತಾರಲ್ಲ, ಏನ್ ಮೊಬೈಲ್ ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡೆ ಪಪ್ಪ, ನಿಮ್ಗೂ ಅವಾಗ ಮೊಬೈಲ್ ಇರ್ಲಿಲ್ಲ, ಅವಾಗ ಇದ್ದಿದ್ರೆ ನೀವು ಪ್ರಾಬಬ್ಲಿ ಇದನ್ನೇ ಮಾಡಿರ್ತಿದ್ರಿ.
ಖಂಡಿತ.
So from Shivamogga, how you end up as a ISRO scientist?
ಮತ್ತೆ ಬೆಂಗಳೂರಿಗೆ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಫರ್ ಆಯ್ತು ನಮ್ಮ ತಂದೆಗೆ. ಇಲ್ಲಿಗೆ 7ನೇ ಕ್ಲಾಸಲ್ಲಿ ಇದ್ದಾಗ ಬಂದೆ. ಮಲ್ಲೇಶ್ವರದಲ್ಲಿ ಇದ್ವಿ. ಸೊ ಓದ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ನಾನು ಅಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಇಲ್ಲಿಗೆ ಬಂದಾಗ ಬಹಳ ವ್ಯತ್ಯಾಸ ಕಾಣಿಸ್ತು. ಶಿವಮೊಗ್ಗದಿಂದ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಬಂದಾಗ ಇಲ್ಲಾಗಲೇ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಬೇರೆ ಥರ ಒಂದು ವಾತಾವರಣ,
ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್.
ಐ ಮೀನ್ ಮಾತು ರೀತಿ, ವೇಷಭೂಷಣ ಎಲ್ಲ ಬಹಳ ಶಿವಮೊಗ್ಗಕ್ಕಿಂತ ಬೇರೆ ಥರಾನೇ ಇತ್ತು.
ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್.
ಆವಾಗ ನನಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಾಯ್ತು ನನಗೆ ಅಷ್ಟೊಂದು ಇಂಗ್ಲೀಷ್ ಏನು ಬರ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಮಕ್ಕಳಿಗೆಲ್ಲ ಆಗಲೇ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಇಂಗ್ಲೀಷಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾತಾಡೋರು, ನನಗೇನು ಬರ್ತಾ ಇರಲಿಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ಆದರೂ ಏನು ನಮಗೆ ಚಿಂತೆನೇ ಇರಲಿಲ್ಲ ಬರುತ್ತೆ ಅಥವಾ ಅವೆಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ಅದು ಒಂದಿತ್ತು ಇಂಗ್ಲೀಷ್ ಕಲ್ತ್ಕೋಬೇಕು ಅನ್ನೋದು. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಆವಾಗ್ಲೂ ನಾನು 7ನೇ ಕ್ಲಾಸಲ್ಲೂ ನಾರ್ಮಲ್ ಆಗಿದ್ರು ಆ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಮಕ್ಕಳ ಮಧ್ಯೆ ಎಕ್ಸಾಮ್ ಆಗತ್ಲು ಐ ಥಿಂಕ್ ಐ ಸ್ಟುಡ್ ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಫಾರ್ ದ ಸ್ಕೂಲ್ ಆರ್ ಸಮಥಿಂಗ್ ಲೈಕ್ ದಟ್. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಹೈಸ್ಕೂಲ್ ಸೇರ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದು. ಆಗ ಹೈಸ್ಕೂಲಿಗೆ ಬಂದಾಗ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಕಾನ್ಸಂಟ್ರೇಷನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೆ, ಯಾಕೆಂದರೆ ಇಂಗ್ಲೀಷ್ ಮೀಡಿಯಂ ತೊಗೊಂಡಿದ್ದೆ ಹೈಸ್ಕೂಲಲ್ಲಿ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಟೈಮು.
ಸೊ ಅವಾಗಿಂದ ಕನ್ನಡ ಮೀಡಿಯಂ ಫಸ್ಟ್
ಕನ್ನಡ ಮೀಡಿಯಂ. ನಮ್ಮ ಇಂಗ್ಲೀಷ್ ಮೀಡಿಯಮ್ಮು ಎಲ್ಲ ಕನ್ನಡದಲ್ಲೇ ನಡೀತಾ ಇತ್ತು, ಆದರೆ ಬರೆಯೋದು ಮಾತ್ರ ಇಂಗ್ಲೀಷಲ್ಲೇ ಬರೀಬೇಕಾಗಿತ್ತಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ಆ ಥರ ನಡೀತಿತ್ತು. ಸೊ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಕಾನ್ಸಂಟ್ರೇಷನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೆ ನಾನು. But naturally, I was good at studies. Then maths, science were my favorite subjects.
Yeah.
So I loved literature. ಕನ್ನಡ ಆಗಲಿ, ಸಂಸ್ಕೃತ ಆಗಲಿ, ಇಂಗ್ಲೀಷ್ ಆಗಲಿ, ಪೊಯಿಟ್ರೀಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ನಂಗೆ ತುಂಬ ಇಷ್ಟ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇತ್ತು. ಐ ಯೂಸ್ ಟು ಎಂಜಾಯ್. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಹೈಸ್ಕೂಲಲ್ಲಿ ಇದ್ದಾಗ ಓದಿನ ಜೊತೆಗೆ ಸಂಸ್ಕೃತದ ಸೈಡ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಮ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ವಿ ಅವಾಗೆಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ಮುಂಬೈಯಿಂದ ಮಾಡೋರು ಅವಾಗ. ಅದು ಕೋವಿಡ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಮ್ ಮಾಡಿಕೊಂಡೆ ಸಂಸ್ಕೃತದಲ್ಲಿ. ಇಟ್ ವಾಸ್ ಎ ಬ್ಯೂಟಿಫುಲ್ ಥಿಂಗ್ ಟು ನೋ ಅಬೌಟ್. ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಿ ನಂಗೊಂದು ಸಂಸ್ಕೃತ ಅಂದರೆ ಒಂದು ಬಯಾಸ್ ಇತ್ತು. ನಮ್ಮ ತಂದೆ ಸಂಸ್ಕೃತ್ ಪ್ರೊಫೆಸರ್ ಆಗಿದ್ರಲ್ಲ, ಬೇಕಾದಷ್ಟು ಕತೆಗಳು ಎಲ್ಲ ಹೇಳೋರು. ಸಂಸ್ಕೃತದ ಲಿಟ್ರೇಚರಲ್ಲಿ ಏನೇನಿದೆ ಅವೆಲ್ಲ ಕಥೆಗಳೆಲ್ಲ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರು ನಮಗೆ. ಸೊ ಆ ಒಂದು ಅಪ್ರಿಸಿಯೇಷನ್ ಆಫ್ ದೋಸ್ ದ ವೇ ದ ಶ್ಲೋಕಾಸ್ ಆರ್ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ಡ್ ಅವೆಲ್ಲ ತುಂಬಾ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿತ್ತು.
ನಂದು ಐ ಸ್ಟಡಿಡ್ 8th 9th 10th ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಲ್ಯಾಂಗ್ವೇಜ್ ಸಂಸ್ಕೃತ. ನಮ್ ಸರ್, ಐ ಶುಡ್ ಮೆನ್ಷನ್ ಹಿಸ್ ನೇಮ್, ವೆಂಕಟ್ ನರಸಿಂಹಾಚಾರ್ ಅಂತ. ಹಿ ವಾಸ್ ಅಮೇಝಿಂಗ್ ಪರ್ಸನ್ ಮ್ಯಾಮ್. ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಒಂದು ವರ್ಡ್ ಅಲ್ಲೇನೆ 45 minutes ಹೇಳೋರು ಆ ವರ್ಡ್ಗೆ ಅರ್ಥ. ಸಂಸ್ಕೃತ ಈಸ್ ಲೈಕ್ ದಟ್. ಒಂದು ವರ್ಡ್ ಇದೇ ಮೀನಿಂಗ್ ಅಂತ ಇಲ್ವೇ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಹಿ ಯೂಸ್ ಟು ಎಂಜಾಯ್ ಹಿಸ್ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಸಂಸ್ಕೃತ.
ಆದ್ರೂ ಈಗೆಲ್ಲ ಮಕ್ಕಳಿಗೆ ಅಮರಕೋಶ ಎಲ್ಲ ಹೇಳ್ಕೊಡಲ್ಲ ಅನ್ಸುತ್ತೆ ಸ್ಕೂಲಲ್ಲಿ. ನಮಗೂ ಆವಾಗ್ಲೂ ಹೇಳ್ಕೊಡ್ತಾ ಇರ್ಲಿಲ್ಲ. ನಾನು ಸೈಡಲ್ಲಿ ಕಲ್ತಿದ್ರಿಂದ ಅಮರಕೋಶ ಎಲ್ಲ ಬೈ ಹಾರ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿತ್ತು.
ಅಮರಕೋಶ ಇರಲ್ಲ. ಹೌದು, ಅಮರಕೋಶ ಇರಲ್ಲ.
ಡಿಕ್ಷನರಿ ಯಾವ್ದೇ ಒಂದು ಪದ ತಗೊಂಡ್ರೆ ಅದ್ರ ಪರ್ಯಾಯ ಪದಗಳು, ಅದು ಸ್ತ್ರೀಲಿಂಗದಲ್ಲಿ ಇದೆಯಾ, ಪುಲ್ಲಿಂಗದಲ್ಲಿ ಇದೆಯಾ, ಎಲ್ಲ ಬಂದ್ಬಿಡುತ್ತೆ ಅದು. ಸೊ ಹೈಸ್ಕೂಲಲ್ಲಿ ಇದ್ದಾಗ ನನಗೆ ಎಷ್ಟೋ ಯೋಚನೆಗಳಿತ್ತು. ನಾನು ಸೈನ್ಸ್ ತಗೋಬೇಕಾ ಅಥವಾ ಲಿಟ್ರೇಚರ್ ಮುಂದುವರಿಸ್ಬೇಕಾ, ಈ ಥರ ಎಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ಐ ಲವ್ಡ್ ಲಿಟ್ರೇಚರ್. ದೆನ್ ಅಷ್ಟೊತ್ತು ಹೈಸ್ಕೂಲಲ್ಲಿ ಇದ್ದಾಗಲೇ ಬೇಕಾದಷ್ಟು ಕನ್ನಡ ನಾವೆಲ್ಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಓದಿದ್ದೆ ಆಗಿದ್ದು. ಕುವೆಂಪು ಅವ್ರದ್ದು, ಶಿವರಾಮ್ ಕಾರಂತರದ್ದು, KT ಗಟ್ಟಿ ಅವ್ರದ್ದು ಎಲ್ಲ ತುಂಬಾ ಓದಿದ್ದೆ ನಾನು. ಇಂಗ್ಲಿಷ್ ನಾವೆಲ್ಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲ.
ಲಿಟ್ರೇಚರ್ ಇಂದ ಈ ಕಡೆ ಇಂಟ್ರೆಸ್ಟ್ ಹೆಂಗ್ ಹೋಯ್ತು, ಯಾವಾಗ ಹೋಯ್ತು?
ಅದೇ ನನ್ನ ಸೈನ್ಸಲ್ಲೂ ಬಹಳ ಇಂಟ್ರೆಸ್ಟ್ ಇತ್ತು. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಒಂದು ನಿರ್ಧಾರ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ನಂಗೆ ಅನ್ನಿಸ್ತು, ಹೇಗೆ ನಾನು ಸಂಸ್ಕೃತ ಸೈಡ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಮ್ಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ತಗೊಂಡಾಗೇನೆ ಲಿಟ್ರೇಚರ್ನ ಮೇ ಬಿ ಐ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಡೂ ಆನ್ ಮೈ ಓನ್, ಆದರೆ ಸೈನ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕಾಗಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ಐ ವಾಂಟ್ ಟು ಟೇಕ್ ಸೈನ್ಸ್ ಇನ್ ಎ ಪ್ರಾಪರ್ ಚಾನಲ್ ಅಂತ ಸೈನ್ಸ್ ತಗೊಂಡಿದ್ದು. ಸೈನ್ಸ್ ಮ್ಯಾಥ್ಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲ, ವಿಚ್ ವಾಸ್ ಎಕ್ಸೀಡಿಂಗ್ಲಿ ಇಂಟ್ರೆಸ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ಫಾರ್ ಮೀ. I never liked subjects where you had to by heart, like history and all. Of course, I never liked it. So the science I thoroughly enjoyed, and I got totally, soaked into science and subjects. Yes. And especially physics was my favorite. So ಆಮೇಲೆ obvious choice with this science was either to go for pure science or for applied sciences. I wanted to do applied science. I wanted to do engineering. So I took my engineering. Electronics ತಗೊಂಡಿದ್ದು. Thoroughly enjoyed my subjects. So that's probably is one of my strengths, that I get totally involved into whatever I'm doing. So I loved science, and we would go beyond what was there in the textbooks and all that. In fact, I had a very good ಟೀಮ್ ಕಾಲೇಜಲ್ಲಿದ್ದಾಗ ಫ್ರೆಂಡ್ಸು. ನಾವು ಒಂದು 8 ಜನ ಸೇರಿಕೊಂಡು and we would read from various books and try to understand the concepts rather than just for the exam writing and all that. And I also had very good friends from other engineering colleges. So we would sit together and solve problems and all that. It was exceedingly a nice time with engineering. I found my life mate also.
This is interesting.
Yes.
While you're studying?
Yes.
Oh, then
we were classmates in
Okay, amazing love story then.
Yeah.
If you don't mind, please share us a little bit. Like, how are you
actually,
both?
we were many boys and girls. We were all together. I really can't recall what exactly was it.
This podcast, you should see this.
I really can't recall, but I knew he was very attractive and fun person. So,
ನಮಗೆ ಈ ಸ್ಪೇಸ್, ಆಸ್ಟ್ರೋಫಿಸಿಕ್ಸ್ ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ಇಂಟ್ರೆಸ್ಟ್ ಬಂದಿದ್ದೆ ನಮ್ಗೆ ಸ್ಕೂಲಲ್ಲಿದ್ದಾಗ. ದೇ ಯೂಸ್ ಟು ಟೇಕ್ ಅಸ್ ಟು ದಿಸ್ HL or this Jawaharlal Nehru planetarium. So that kicked us, wow, okay, hingella irutta. That was the moment, okay, even I should do this anta.
Wow.
hang bandit.
That's the thing. Your generation had a lot of opportunities and exposure. Namge ashtondella ಏನು exposure ಇರಲಿಲ್ಲ. So but purely from what we were studying and interest what we developed, what you said, going around various factories and all, namge adu engineering ali. They would take us in the final year or pre-final semester. They took us to a lot of industrial visits and all that. Avaga first time I went and saw ISRO. So it was in Pina in sheds.
Correct.
So at those days and ISRO hodmele alli nange this is where I'm going to work anta.
You got
love
that
at first sight.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing.
That there was some kind of energy and enthusiasm there, which I couldn't find anywhere else. I'm going to work here anta decide ಮಾಡಿದ್ದು. So ಹಾಗೆ ಆಯಿತು, ಅಪ್ಲೈ ಮಾಡಿದೆ. ಅವರು ಕಾಲ್ ಫಾರ್ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ಐ ಜಾಯಿಂಡ್ ISRO 1982. ಐ ಜಾಯಿಂಡ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಟಿಲ್ ರಿಟೈರ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಐ ವರ್ಕ್ 38 years I worked there.
Amazing, ma'am. Amazing.
Yeah, and ISRO was like, extended learning university.
Of course.
Every day was something new.
Yes.
We could learn.
Correct.
And every job was fantastic. I enjoyed thoroughly.
Yeah, actually that's my question. We know ISRO. ನಮ್ಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತು ISRO ಹಿಂಗಿದೆ, ಸ್ಪೇಸ್ ಆರ್ಗನೈಸೇಷನ್ ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ಇರುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ. How it works actually? Just a brief explanation. Like what you do in ISRO.
Like what I personally did or what everyone does?
Both.
ISRO is a space research organization. And Vikram Sarabhai's dreams that space technology now common man ge improvement of life ಹೇಗೆ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಂತ. So entire program was structured around that. It's a great management study for diplomacy and or whether it is for initiatives, how to do it and how to do how to push things in what you want. ಇದಕ್ಕೆಲ್ಲ ಒಂದು typical example ಅಂತ ತಗೋಬಹುದು. With limited resource, you don't have it, infinite resource. ಇರೋ ರಿಸೋರ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಗೆ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು ಅಂತ. ಸೊ it was I think the atmosphere of learning is what is very charging for anybody, any human being, I tell you. So when there is a challenge to you to do something, you open up much more, you grow much faster than not having challenge and doing things. And then sometimes work becomes routine, but the purpose of that work, ಯಾವ ಉದ್ದೇಶಕ್ಕೆ ಅದನ್ನು ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀವಿ, that is very challenging. ಪ್ರತಿಯೊಬ್ಬರು ಆಸ್ಟ್ರೋನಾಟ್ ಆಗ್ಬಿಡಕ್ಕಾಗಲ್ಲ. ISROಗೆ ಹೋಗ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಸ್ಕ್ರೂಸ್, ಬೋಲ್ಟ್ಸ್, ನಟ್ಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಮಾಡೋದು ಇದ್ದೇ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಅದು ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಗೆ ಇಂಪ್ರೂವ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಹೋಗ್ಬೋದು. ಈಗ ಅದಕ್ಕೆಲ್ಲ ಲಾಟ್ ಆಫ್ ನ್ಯೂ ನೇಮ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ದೇರ್, ಇಂಟ್ರಪ್ರನರ್ಶಿಪ್ ಅಂತೆಲ್ಲ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. ದಟ್ ವಾಸ್ ಇನ್ಹೆರೆಂಟ್ ಇನ್ ದ ಆರ್ಗನೈಸೇಷನ್. Whoever worked, we always worked on how to improve what we are doing. It was a self-satisfaction. It's not that you would get more money if you did that. Like today, I have my own daughters and all who work, So such a contrast in the culture.
Correct.
So it becomes ours, ownership. There is an ownership in ISRO when we were there, and you would differentiate that you are something apart from, like how you feel in a family. I would feel like that in ISRO.
Amazing.
I am part and parcel of that.
Correct.
Okay. So I had several roles. When I started with testing the satellite. ಟೆಸ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡೋದಕ್ಕೆ ನಾವೇ ಇನ್ಸ್ಟ್ರೂಮೆಂಟ್ಸು ಮಾಡ್ಕೋಬೇಕಾಯ್ತು. ಇಂಟರ್ಫೇಸಸ್, ಪ್ರೊಟೆಕ್ಷನ್, ಟೆಸ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ಮೆಥಡಾಲಜಿ ಎಲ್ಲ ನಾವೇ ಡೆವಲಪ್. ಸಿ ದ್ಯಾಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಅನದರ್ ಬ್ಯೂಟಿ. ಎಂಡ್ ಟು ಎಂಡ್ ವಿ ವುಡ್ ನೋ ವಾಟ್ ವಿ ಆರ್ ಡೂಯಿಂಗ್. ಇಟ್ಸ್ ನಾಟ್ ದ ದಿಸ್ ಬಿಟ್.
ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್. ಯು ಆರ್ ನಾಟ್ ಇದಕ್ಕಿಷ್ಟೇ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕು ನೀನು ಅಂತ ಇಲ್ಲ.
No, it was infinite. And a job is given to you. Nobody would be, at least the then bosses would never be hammering on me. ಹೀಗೆ ಮಾಡು, ಈ ರಸ್ತೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾಡು, ಆ ರಸ್ತೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾಡು. No. Free. Lot of freedom. Correct. To do in whatever way we want. So I think it was a wonderful environment, a continuous learning atmosphere. And then the self-worth comes there by contributing in ISRO. Okay? And if you don't have self-worth, you will be totally neglected. Except for a government organization. Pink slip kodakagala yargunu ee kelsa martilla, pink slip. Nothing like that.
Correct.
But we go as a team. That is another thing. Everybody contributes their mind. And every work is a teamwork. Somebody may be giving 20%, somebody may be giving 150%. As a team, we win always. So those days when I joined, it was, those are the days when Aryabhatta, Bhaskara, these were already launched. Rohini, they were launched, and some hands-on experience on how to make satellites was there. I joined for the first operational satellite, IRS-1A.
Yes.
Wonderful experience. And with that, we started with so many innovations, like how to automatically test the satellite and how to develop that. Adikke protocols, so interfaces, instrumentation. So many new things to learn.
Correct.
And I don't know what I learned in engineering, but what I learned in first few years in ISRO was fantastic. That was the way it went. And from there, ISRO also recognizes who is getting involved and who is capable of it. I think I had the leadership qualities from the childhood or whatever.
Okay.
So I very soon moved into management stream as project manager, then as project director, and program director, andre under whom many projects will be done. Then at the end of my career, I moved as director of SATCOM in headquarters.
Yes.
So every part of it was, like I went back to studies, something new. It opens up a new world, and then you start learning again.
Correct.
It was fantastic till the day of my retirement, how life went. And I think it was a life worth living for.
Correct.
That's how I feel.
Absolutely.
Especially at the end of my career, when I had the responsibility of end users, and when I talked to those farmers or the representatives of the farming or the representatives of defense people, how they were using what we built with joy.
Correct.
And how it is being used, agriculture or forestry or fisheries, and all this weather monitoring and disaster management, how we are contributing, and the overall growth in the country, how we have contributed. Of course, we got our salary and we work. But it's not working 8 hours.
Correct.
We went beyond. There were days when we worked for more than 24 hours in the office, and it was an ownership. That
now I feel when you're telling this, you are not working there, you are living there.
Exactly. I am part and parcel of ISRO. Correct. I think till I die.
Amazing. ಮ್ಯಾಮ್, ನಂಗೆ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಕ್ವಶನ್ನು. ಈಗ ಸೈಂಟಿಸ್ಟ್ ಅಂದರೆ ದೆರ್ ಆರ್ ಲಾಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಸೈಂಟಿಸ್ಟ್ಸ್. ಇದು ಒಂದೇ ಅಂತ ಅಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ಯಾವ್ಯಾವ ಥರ ಇರುತ್ತೆ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇಸ್ರೋಲಿ? ಲೈಕ್ you are a scientist, so you will be a technical scientist or some.
I just wanted to tell you same thing. I'm more of an engineer than a scientist.
Mm.
So though the designations go
Yes, yes,
as
yes, yes.
scientist B, C, D,
Mm-hmm.
finally ends in
Ah,
distinguished
correct,
scientist.
correct, yeah.
But
Tell us.
as a scientist's job is an observation, collection of data, and then making analysis of those things, etc. Probably part of our job will have those things. We have to do that. But for me, it was more of application. Okay, and we have pure science streams also.
Okay.
We have department where astrophysics, where people are into that. And when they do studies and they want to put that on the satellite, we have to make instruments. There we come the engineers, they'll come into picture. Okay, so that's the thing. And we have various streams of scientists who are working on space related or any other required for the space.
Correct.
They'll be studying on that. It could be even, we are trying to send humans there. And a lot of scientific studies have to be made on that. We have teams who are doing that. And there are teams who are implementing.
Exactly.
Okay, so we have both the teams working hand in hand.
Correct.
Okay. And it's not just electronics. We need electronics, we need mechanical, we need civil engineers.
Yes, correct.
And mechanical is a big name, I thought. Under that, lot of streams like thermal, structures, dynamics. Okay, electronics,
everything like
digital, analog. Experts are there in every field like that.
Even medicine is included in this?
Of course.
Yeah, because see, when you're there.
Yeah. Space medicine is very important now. Yeah, it's every aspect is required. Even food for the astronauts. What kind of food we have to? Of course, everything need not have to be done in ISRO. So we have our lot of companies are there and institutions are there. Ivaga Mysore CFTRA, Food Research Institute. They are part of us and they'll give this one. So whoever is working for space need not have to be from ISRO only. All around we have, that is another beauty where there is a total inclusion. The science and technology from various industries.
Correct.
And then from academia.
Yeah.
And everywhere. They are all part of this and we take help from everyone and they participate.
Correct. And tell us your experience. You won your mission, which you would like to share. You have worked on many projects, I know. Like one project was challenging to you. Which was that?
See, challenges can be told in many ways. For example, first time I was asked to become project director, there are personal challenges. We have to overcome that. I was always working with some other project director so far. And, when you become the first person in the project, then the challenge exists. And then, you will overcome that. It's like, as I told, we are continuously learning. We learn how to manage the issues and how to solve the technical issues, which are interrelated between two departments, how to do that. So those things you will start learning. Those were the challenges.
Correct.
And you come from certain background. You don't know everything from the other background.
Correct.
And you must know at least to some layer what they are talking and how to integrate the whole thing into this. You would have learned as part of the projects earlier. Now you become a decision-making authority. Okay, so, and of course, in ISRO, it is not that one person can never fail. Because we always have technical committees who will review and you cannot put forward rubbish things. You have to make a lot of analysis and then put forward. And then there will be reviews and experts will be there. They are there to guide you and go ahead. You are not alone in doing that. So that is one kind of challenge. And that was the first project what I had. And the first project was also, we had to use our workhorse PSLV. To take our communication satellite to 36,000 kilometers.
Okay.
For the communication purposes. So PSLV, how to take that and how do we design our satellite? Because PSLV has certain capability. It's a small rocket compared to what we have today. So it will leave the satellite at particular point in the orbit. From there you are on your own. You have to reach that particular orbit. So, and it's a small satellite. You can't make it very heavy. Because PSLV can only carry certain
much of weight.
So in the small satellite, how much we can load and how much fuel we have to put and what path we have to take. So that by using minimum fuel, how to reach there. So of course we have our mission team as part of the project, working with them and finding out solutions. It was wonderful how we could do that and still give a guaranteed life of 7 years. And that satellite worked for 12 years later.
Amazing.
That was another thing. We take a lot of contingency and all that. And we had a satellite, GSAT-9, which later on became SARC-SAT for all the SARC countries. Oh my God, that satellite went on changing in its specifications so much. And it was another kind of challenge.
My God.
You go ahead and you have to include something else too in that. Okay. And the most beautiful thing was first time we put electric propulsion system which worked on that satellite.
Amazing.
It was a new technology we had to demonstrate. Those are another kind of challenges.
Of course.
And one more challenge was, I can say, we had GSAT-17. It had every band except KU band in that. It was a huge satellite for that time. And in that we had to put in very huge antenna. It was a challenge for how to keep the satellite in the stable condition because it's so huge.
Correct.
And designing of those hinges and make sure that it doesn't upset rest of the satellite. Satellite has to be very steady. And when this antenna, something which is hanging out, small disturbance can create, how to do that. Those were some kind of challenges. And then we had, I can keep on giving you many examples. We had biggest satellite, GSAT-11, and it was a huge satellite, and we took it to launch pad also, Ariane 4. Ariane 5 launch. And then at that point of time, we had to bring it back to India. We had a problem with some other launch, GSAT-6A, where we lost the satellite, and there were a lot of studies and some feedback, and we wanted to incorporate those in that big satellite. So we had to get the satellite back. That was a huge challenge.
My God.
Every project has its own challenges.
ಹೌದು ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್.
Yeah. You're always on the toes.
ಮ್ಯಾಮ್, ನಾನು ಮೊನ್ನೆ ಒಂದು ಪಾಡ್ಕಾಸ್ಟ್ ನೋಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೆ. ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ಸೋಮನಾಥ್ ಅವರು he was telling we would love to collaborate with Elon Musk SpaceX thing, like that would bring much changes. So ಯಾವ ಥರ ಚೇಂಜಸ್ ಬರ್ಬೋದು, ಲೈಕ್ ಏನು ಡಿಫ್ರೆನ್ಸ್ ಆಗ್ಬೋದು ಇಫ್ ದೇ ಬೋತ್ ಕೊಲಾಬ್ರೇಟ್, ಐ ಮೀನ್ ISRO and SpaceX?
See, we have collaborations with all space agencies. It's nothing new. As I told, our organization has grown with a lot of diplomacy, with all the, even
of course.
Those days there was a Cold War going on between USSR and America when we started our program also. Even then we had good relation with both USSR and with America and all that. So it is a technical level cooperations. And we also have cooperations for the launches. See, for example, our GSLV Mark 3, we can take up to certain weight. And satellite requirements are also growing. They are becoming bigger and bigger. And some of the satellite, not everything. What we can launch, we'll launch here. And if it is beyond the capability of our this one, then we have to take it. Like, for example, we have gone to ESA, and we have gone to Russia earlier. And we can do through SpaceX also. Those are the kind of
that other collaboration, I got the point. I got the point.
And also we have collaboration that lot of foreign satellites, more than foreign satellites we have launched on our land from using our rockets.
Correct.
So such cooperations. And also we make satellites together. For example, USA and India, NASA and ISRO, we have made a satellite NISAR. Which is going to be launched very soon. There was some technical thing. It has gone back and it has to come back and all that. NISAR. And we're done with France. Similar, satellites together. ಈ ಥರ ಎಲ್ಲ ಬೇಕಾದಷ್ಟು ಕೋಆಪರೇಷನ್ಸ್ ನಡೀತಾ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. Give and take. Okay, it will be going on. Now, Elon Musk is grown very big now. Like any, NASA, ESA, and all. He is also grown very big.
Because he have ಬಿಸ್ನೆಸ್ ಥಿಂಗ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ. ಅವ್ರದ್ದು ಬರೀ ಇವಾಗ ನಮ್ದು ISRO ಅಂತ ಬಂದರೆ ವಿ ಆರ್ ಇನ್ ದಿಸ್, ಬಟ್ ಇಫ್ ಯು ಕಂಪೇರ್ ಇಲಾನ್ ಮಸ್ಕ್, he has his own business. He is an entrepreneur,
yeah.
and ಅದರದ್ದೆಲ್ಲ ಇದೆ.
He's
So
not doing for any social. Okay, so he has achieved a lot in the technology
Yeah.
and all that. He has done that.
mm.
And Elon Musk is also, he has put a lot of communication satellites in the low Earth orbit, and he's trying to negotiate with India, so that his services can be used in India also. You might have been reading also
Yeah.
recently with Reliance and Elon Musk about the spectrum allocation and all that. And, whatever is the space-related matters, ISRO has a say in India. So they will take advice from ISRO and all that. So on those grounds also he may be in touch with. I exactly don't know what kind of cooperation presently our chairman is planning with Elon Musk, but these are all the possibilities. And we may have joint ventures also to go into space.
Yeah.
Okay, or to take human beings into space. We can have joint ventures because if there is something available and we would like to do, and it's a give and take, so we can do those things.
So if he collaborates, how it will work financially? Heng work agutte avaga? So will it be?
See, when we say collaboration, it can be purely financial, or it can even be on the technical terms. We give part of technology, they give part of technology.
Okay.
And we can do that. So various levels of cooperations and collaborations are possible to do those things. Everything need not have to be on the money itself.
Correct.
And his own satellites we have launched from our PSLV. We have launched. So all these kind of things will be there. It is there with any spacefaring institution. We have collaborations with. Because he was a private entity. We had at government level agencies. Today we are going to have with him also.
Correct.
Similar collaborations.
Yeah. And ಕಿಡಿಶ್ ಇದು ನಂದ ಚಿಕ್ಕ ಹುಡುಗ ಕೇಳಂತ ಕ್ವಶನ್. ಲೈಕ್
we are all ಚಿಕ್ಕ ಹುಡುಗರೆ.
How you enjoyed our Chandrayaan 3 success? Like it was a great thing to do in India. Like we were great. Like,
in fact, it should have been successful in Chandrayaan 2 itself. Lander did not. I was in Canada when Chandrayaan 3 landed.
Okay.
So my daughter is there, and I was visiting her on that day, Chandrayaan 3 landing day, and we converted the time and all that, and we were watching on the TV, and I think I cried. When it landed, I cried. I'm a bit emotional also. It was a great thing.
That's the purest emotion.
I was, praying. I'm sure everybody was praying that, you can take care of, thousands of things when you're launching and when you're doing space activities. But still it is unpredictable.
Correct.
Something can go wrong. Because it's inaccessible. You're not there with it, right?
Correct.
So you have to be praying internally that everything goes right. And we have done so much exhaustive things. Preparation would have gone, but still something can go wrong.
Correct.
It can be in fabrication, or it can be in understanding of new environment, or it can be some failure component.
Correct.
Can be anything. You would have taken care of everything to the best of your knowledge, and still whatever you do, knowledge is limited. Always. Yeah, I cried shamelessly.
Amazing. Another stupid question. There are a lot of things. ನೀವು ಕೇಳಿರ್ಬೋದು. Like, do you believe in aliens?
See, it's just now I was telling, without limited knowledge, to say I believe or I don't believe is foolish. You have to keep your mind open for any possibilities.
Okay.
And you can say I don't believe if you have concrete evidence and knowledge that they don't exist. Or you can say I believe if you have similar concrete evidence. Okay, and these are all speculations, and we have to keep our mind open. And the one thing that keeps hitting all our minds is that the universe is so huge.
Correct.
And hundreds of billions of galaxies, and in each galaxy so many stars and so many planets. Really, are we alone? I don't know. I mean, it's something very difficult to digest that fact,
Correct.
right?
Hmm.
So there can be some life forms, can be
ಹೌದು.
in probability wise.
Mhm.
I don't know, but as I told, to say I believe or I don't believe is very childish.
Mhm.
No, you cannot say either
Correct.
of that.
Hmm.
I'll keep my mind open.
Yeah. Because ನಾವು ನೋಡ್ತಾ ಇರ್ತೀವಲ್ಲ, because it's always a question mark.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
It's always a question
So
mark.
many things, like simple things. What happens after death is a question
Yeah,
mark.
it's a question mark. You never
So
know.
many things, right?
Yeah.
So
ಬಟ್ ಅದೇ ಈ ಏಲಿಯನ್ಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಬಂದು ಸ್ಪೆಕ್ಯುಲೇಷನ್ಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಇರೋದು, ವೈ ಯು ಆಲ್ವೇಸ್ ಸಿ ದೋಸ್ ಥಿಂಗ್ಸ್ ಇನ್ ಓನ್ಲಿ ಅಮೆರಿಕಾ, ಸೌತ್ ಅಮೆರಿಕಾ? ಅಲ್ಲೇ ಯಾಕೆ
correct.
ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾಕೆ ಬರಬಾರ್ದು?
maybe maybe they are afraid too much population here.
So that's the big question again.
ಹೌದು.
So yeah, it happens. And
I don't know whether we can see a clear sky at all in our place.
ಕಂಪ್ಯಾರಿಟಿವ್ಲಿ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಕ್ಲಿಯರ್ ಸ್ಕೈ ಅಂತ.
ಇಲ್ಲ, ಆ ಥರ ಅಲ್ಲ. In fact, they are also leaders in population and all that. Sorry, leaders in pollution and all that. It's not that way. I'm just telling. I mean, these are all there is no basis to believe or not to believe these things. And people like to make stories.
Of course.
And they like to believe. So when you want to believe something and try to do something, it's also, dangerous. Or you somehow want to say, I don't believe. That is also dangerous.
Correct.
That is why I said we have to keep our mind open.
Correct.
as scientists.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Correct. And again, ಅದೇ ಇದರಲ್ಲೇನೆ ಟೈಮ್ ಟ್ರಾವೆಲ್.
I know. They are all beautiful concepts, no? Do you see Star Trek?
Okay, you tell that as a
Did
concept.
you see Star Trek?
Yeah, of course. Star Trek, Interstellar, these are all the movies. So ಇದನ್ನ ನೋಡಿದಾಗ್ಲೇ, that's the
It's so beautiful. How we wish we can go back in time and go forward.
Can it
in
happen,
time.
ma'am?
See, they are
Scientifically.
all scientifically nothing is proven whether you can do it. Even theoretically, you cannot prove that. Okay, and the relation between space and time, we say, and the time cannot be retraced in our thing, and somewhere else when you go into a black hole, probably space cannot be retraced. These are all kind of theories and conceptualizations. There is no concrete proof for anything. Yeah.
So it is like that.
It is like that only. And what was the time at the time of Big Bang Theory?
Yeah.
And what was it before? Where was time?
Correct.
Time was also born at Big Bang. There's so many things, we don't have knowledge about. Despite of, I must say, centuries of study. I don't say it was only 20th century. Even long back, our Aryabhatta, Varamira, they have all been observing and they have asked similar questions, relevant questions, right? And just like a lot of imaginations you see in these movies, we have also seen imaginations in our stories.
Correct.
Like how Krishna could be everywhere at the same time.
Exactly.
These kind of things,
Correct.
How did they even get the concept of such a thing can happen?
See,
okay?
you have to see this. That's my question actually.
Yeah.
ಏನು ಅಂದ್ರೆ, ನಮ್ಮ ವೇದ, ನಮ್ಮ ಪುರಾಣಗಳು ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಇವಾಗಿನ ಸೈನ್ಸ್, ಟೆಕ್ನಾಲಜಿ, ಆಸ್ಟ್ರೋಫಿಸಿಕ್ಸ್, ಸ್ಪೇಸ್, ಹೌ ಯು ಕನೆಕ್ಟ್ ಬೋತ್?
ತುಂಬ ಕಷ್ಟ ಆ್ಯಕ್ಚುಲಿ. ನಮ್ಮ ಏನ್ಷಿಯಂಟ್ ಕಲ್ಚರ್ ಎಲ್ಲೆಲ್ಲಿದೆ. ಈಗ ಇಫ್ ಯು ಟೇಕ್ Egypt also claims of many technologies that they had. Recently, I was seeing one where they had a fantastic knowledge about optics and how they made those,
pyramids.
Pyramid one, that itself is an awesome thing. And Samudradali, that lights, how they brought it, with small source of light, how they amplified it. Itrella, they say we had technology long back. And like that, Indians, we also tell, maybe true. And because when you hear about Pushpak Viman, for example, how can that concept come that they had an aircraft? How did they make the aircraft? Okay, and what kind of material technology they had? We know India had a beautiful material technology those days. We have seen in many temples of, including some places where it will never rust.
Correct.
Iron never rust. How? What kind of compounds they could use? How did they do? And even the kind of polish. Same thing Chinese also claim that they have a huge ancient knowledge. But everything is gone. Neither Egyptians have, nor Mayans have, nor us, or the Chinese, whoever ancient cultures.
Correct.
We have lost it in between. And it's a beautiful thing to think that they were true is one thing. But again, people ask for proof, right? So if you show proofs in your epics or in your old stories, and it could be imagination. ಈಗ ಒಂದು ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ ಅಲ್ವಾ, ರವಿ ಕಾಣದ್ದನ್ನ ಕವಿ ಕಂಡ ಅಂತ.
ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್
ಅಲ್ವಾ? ಸೊ ಹಾಗೆ ಇಟ್ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಬಿ ಈಸಿ ಟು ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಎ ಫಿಗ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಇಮ್ಯಾಜಿನೇಷನ್ ಅಂತ. ಬಟ್ ಇಮ್ಯಾಜಿನೇಷನ್ ಆಗಕ್ಕೆ ಒಂದು ಲೆವೆಲಲ್ಲಿ ಇರಬೇಕು ನಾವು. ಈಗ ನಮ್ಗೇನೋ ಒಂದು ನಾಲೆಡ್ಜ್ ಇದ್ರೆ ವಿ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಇಮ್ಯಾಜಿನ್ ಬಿಯಾಂಡ್ ದಟ್ ಅಲ್ವಾ? ಈಗ ಫಾರ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ 20th century beginning, they tried to make aircrafts and they did a lot of things, putting wings and falling down, dying, everything. A lot of kind of instruments they did. That imagination came because of the desire to do it.
Correct.
Of Vinova. But once imagination came, within decades they could do that. Or half a century they could do it. You think our people could not have done earlier? ಮಾಡಿರ್ಬೋದು, ಏರ್ಕ್ರಾಫ್ಟ್ಸ್ ಇದ್ದಿರ್ಬೋದು. ಐ ಮೀನ್ when you read about Dwarka being there and you can see that city under the ocean, and when you see the Setu connecting Sri Lanka and Rameshwaram, ಆವಾಗ ನಮ್ಗೆ ಏನ್ ಅನ್ಸುತ್ತೆ, ಎಲ್ಲ ನಿಜ ಇರ್ಬೋದಲ್ವಾ?
ಹೌದು
ಅಂತ ಅನ್ಸುತ್ತೆ. I really wish they are true and we find someday connection between how we lost these things in between. Not only us, everybody has lost.
Everybody has lost. And people are studying this, ma'am. ಎಷ್ಟೊಂದು ಜರ್ಮನಿ ಅಲ್ಲೆಲ್ಲ they are studying our thing. ಹೆಂಗೆ ಅದಿತ್ತ ಆ್ಯಕ್ಚುಲಿ ಅಂತ.
ಆ್ಯಕ್ಚುಲಿ ನಮ್ಮ ತಂದೆ ಸಂಸ್ಕೃತ ಪ್ರೊಫೆಸರ್ ಆಗಿರ್ತಾರೆ. ಅವರು ಬೇಕಾದಷ್ಟು ಪುಸ್ತಕಗಳನ್ನು ಬರ್ತಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಮತ್ತು ಇಂಡಿಯನ್ ಕಲ್ಚರ್ ಬಗ್ಗೆ, ಇಂಡಿಯನ್ ಹಿಸ್ಟ್ರಿ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಒಂದು ಸೀರೀಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಬುಕ್ಸ್ ಬಂತು. ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ವಾಲ್ಯೂಮ್ ಇವ್ರೂ ತೊಗೊಂಡಿದ್ರು. ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಲೇಷನ್ಸು, ಎಡಿಷನ್ಸು, ಆಮೇಲೆ ಅವ್ರದ್ದೇ ಬರೆಯೋದು ಎಲ್ಲದೂ ಇತ್ತು. ಆ ಪುಸ್ತಕಗಳನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ಇವಾಗ ನಾವು ಡಿಜಿಟೈಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀವಿ. ಈಗ ನಾವು ಪುಸ್ತಕಗಳು ಸಿಗೋದು ಇಲ್ಲ.
ಹೌದು.
ಅವು ಓದ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರೆ ಬಹಳಷ್ಟು ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ನಮಗೆ ಇಂಟ್ರೆಸ್ಟು ಬರೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಕೆಲವೆಲ್ಲ ತುಂಬಾ ಇಂಟ್ರೆಸ್ಟ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ಅದನ್ನು ನೋಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರೆ ಹೇಗೆ ಇದು ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. ಬಟ್ ಎಲ್ಲದರಲ್ಲೂ ರೆಫರೆನ್ಸ್ ನೋಡಿದ್ರೆ ಫಾರಿನರ್ಸ್ ಸಂಸ್ಕೃತ ಓದಿ, ಲಿಟ್ರೇಚರ್ ಓದಿ, ಅವ್ರು ಕೊಟ್ಟಿರೋ ರೆಫರೆನ್ಸಸ್, ನಮ್ಮ ಹಿಸ್ಟ್ರಿ ಓದಿ, ನಮ್ಮೋರೇ ಅದನ್ನು ಮಾಡಿದವರು ಬಹಳ ಕಡಿಮೆ ಜನ.
ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್.
ಈಗೀಗ ಅದೊಂದು ಅವೇರ್ನೆಸ್ ಬರ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. ಈಗ ನಮ್ಮ ತಂದೆನೇ ತೊಗೊಂಡ್ರೆ ಅಷ್ಟೆಲ್ಲ ಸಂಸ್ಕೃತ ಪಂಡಿತರು, ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ವಿಜ್ಞಾನದ ಗಂಧ ಇರಲಿಲ್ಲ ಅಲ್ವಾ? ಈಗ ವಿಜ್ಞಾನ ಕಲ್ತ್ಕೊಂಡು ಮುಂದೆ ಬರ್ತಿದ್ವಿ, ನಮಗೆ ಸಂಸ್ಕೃತ ಎಲ್ಲ ಲಿಟ್ರೇಚರ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಿದೆ ಅಂತ ಓದಕ್ ಬರಲ್ಲ, ನಾವೇನೂ ಓದ್ಲಿಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ರಿಕ್ವೈರ್ಡ್ ಟು ಡೂ ಬೋತ್. ಸೊ ಇವಾಗ ಗಣೇಶ ಅವಧಾನಿಗಳ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಕೇಳಿರ್ಬೋದಲ್ವಾ? ಈಸ್ ಎನ್ ಇಂಜಿನಿಯರ್, ಹಿ ವಾಸ್ ಮೈ ಜೂನಿಯರ್. ಅವರು ಇವಾಗ ಎಷ್ಟೊಂದು ಅಧ್ಯಯನ ಎಲ್ಲ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಅಂಥವ್ರ ಪೀಳಿಗೆ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ ಈಗ. ಸೊ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಿ ವಿಲ್ ಫೈಂಡ್ truth.
Because ನಾವು ಕೇಳ್ತೀವಲ್ಲ, ಲೈಕ್ ಜನರಲಿ ಇವನ್ ಹನುಮಾನ್ ಚಾಲೀಸಾ ಆರ್ ಯುಗ ಸಹಸ್ರ ಯೋಜನ ಪರ್ವಾನೋಲಿ, ದೇ ಟೆಲ್ ದಟ್ ಓಕೆ ಡಿಸ್ಟೆನ್ಸ್ ವಾಸ್ ದಿಸ್ ಅಂತ. ಅವಾಗ
there are quotes where they have told the speed of light, the distance between sun and earth. ಆಮೇಲೆ ನಾವೆಲ್ಲ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ ಇವಾಗ ಅರ್ತ್ ಸೆಂಟ್ರಿಕ್ ಕಾನ್ಸೆಪ್ಟ್ ಇತ್ತು, ಅದು ಚೇಂಜ್ ಆಯಿತು. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಈವನ್ ವೆನ್ ದೇ ಚೇಂಜ್ ಮಿಡಿವಲ್ ಟೈಮ್ಸ್ ಇನ್ ಯುರೋಪ್. ಬಟ್ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಮುಂಚೆನೇ ನಾವು ಭೂಮಂಡಲ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ವಿ.
ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್.
ಭೂಗೋಳ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದೀವಿ ನಮ್ದೆಲ್ಲದ್ರಲ್ಲೂ. ಸೊ ಅದು ಗೋಳ ಇತ್ತು ಅನ್ನೋದು ನಮಗೆ ಮುಂಚೆನೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿತ್ತು, ಫ್ಲಾಟ್ ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ. ಮತ್ತೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ಏನ್ಷಿಯಂಟ್ ಕಲ್ಚರಲ್ಲೂ
ಹ್ಮ್
ದೇ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಐಡೆಂಟಿಫೈಡ್ ದೀಸ್ ಪ್ಲಾನೆಟ್ಸ್
ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್
and have named the days after this. There is so much similarity.
ಹ್ಮ್
This Somvara, Mangalwara, Budhvara, no, so much similarity with other cultures also.
ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್
You know,
ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್
giving names in what they have observed on the
ಹ್ಮ್
planets. And I don't think we had such a dumb set of people
Not
and
at
suddenly
all.
we became brilliant.
Hmm.
No,
No.
brilliant people were
Were
there
there.
and they have done a lot of work
Yes,
and we have lost
definitely.
it.
Correct. We
And
lost
we
it.
need the missing links.
ಹೌದು ಯಾ ಮ್ಯಾಮ್ ರೀಸೆಂಟಾಗಿ ಸ್ಪೇಸ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ ಅದರಲ್ಲೇನೆ ದೇ ಕ್ಯಾಚ್ ಅ ಬೂಸ್ಟರ್ ಅದನ್ನ ಎಷ್ಟೊಂದು ಟ್ರೈ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು ಬಟ್ ಇಟ್ ವಾಸ್ ಸಕ್ಸಸ್ಫುಲ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಅ ಹಿಸ್ಟ್ರಿ. ಸೊ ಅದು ವೈ ಅಂದರೆ ಐ ಆಮ್ ಕ್ಯೂರಿಯಸ್. ಮೊದಲು ಇತ್ತು ಬೂಸ್ಟರ್ಸ್ ಹೋಗ್ತಾ ಇತ್ತು ಬೀಳ್ತಾ ಇತ್ತು. ಸೊ ಅದು ಹಿಂಗೆ ವಾಪಸ್ ತೊಗೊಂಡು ಬಂದರೆ ವಾಟ್ಸ್ ದ ಯೂಸ್ ಆಫ್ ದ್ಯಾಟ್?
ನಾವು ಆದಷ್ಟು ರೀಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು.
ಹ್ಮ್
ಹೇಗೆ ಅಂತ ಕಾಸ್ಟ್ ಕಡಿಮೆ ಮಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ. ಮತ್ತೊಂದು ಮುಂಚೆಲ್ಲ ಈಗಲೂ ನಾವು ಮಾಡೋದ್ರಲ್ಲಿ ಬೂಸ್ಟರ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಉರಿದು ಬೀಳುತ್ತೆ,
ಹ್ಮ್
ಅದು ಸಮುದ್ರಕ್ಕೆ ಬಿದ್ದೋಗುತ್ತೆ.
ಹ್ಮ್.
ಅದು ಸೊ ಒಂದು ಎನ್ವೈರ್ನ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಒಂದು ಕಾಳಜಿ,
ಹ್ಮ್
ಅದನ್ನು ಹೇಗೆ ಆದಷ್ಟು ನಾವು ರೀಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದರೆ ಒಳ್ಳೆಯದು ಅಂತ. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಮೋಸ್ಟ್ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಪ್ಪ ಅಂದರೆ ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಎ ಟೆಕ್ನಾಲಜಿ ಡೆಮಾನ್ಸ್ಟ್ರೇಷನ್. ಯಾಕೆಂದರೆ ನಾಳೆ ಬೇರೆ ಗ್ರಹಗಳಿಗೆ ಹೋದಾಗ
ಹ್ಮ್
ಹೇಗೆ ಒಂದು ಕಂಟ್ರೋಲ್ಡ್ ವೇನಲ್ಲಿ ಅದಲ್ಲಿ ಲ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಆಗಬೇಕು,
ಹ್ಮ್ ಹ್ಮ್
ಹೇಗೆ ಅಲ್ಲಿಂದ ವಾಪಸ್ ತೊಗೊಂಡು ಹೋಗಬೇಕು,
ಓಕೆ.
ಆಯಿತಾ? ಅದಕ್ಕೆಲ್ಲ ಇದು ಭಾಳ ಮುಖ್ಯ, ಆ ಟೆಕ್ನಾಲಜಿ. ಅದೇ ಅವ್ರದ್ದು ಉದ್ದೇಶ. ಇವಾಗ ಇಲಾನ್ ಮಸ್ಕ್ ಈಸ್ ಟ್ರೈಯಿಂಗ್ ಹಿಸ್ ಬೆಸ್ಟ್ ಮಾರ್ಸಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಗೆ ಜನಗಳನ್ನ ಕರ್ಕೊಂಡು ಹೋಗ್ಬೇಕು, ಮಾರ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ದಿದ್ರೆ ಮೂನೇ ಇರಲಿ, ಹೇಗೆ ಅದು ಲ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಆಗಬೇಕಲ್ಲೋ ಅಲ್ಲಿಂದ ತೊಗೊಂಡು ಹೋಗಬೇಕು. ಇವೆಲ್ಲ ಟೆಕ್ನಾಲಜಿ ಭಾಳ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್. ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಎ ಡೆಮಾನ್ಸ್ಟ್ರೇಷನ್.
ಸೊ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ದಿಸ್ ವಾಸ್ ಲೈಕ್
ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಎ ಪ್ರಿಕರ್ಸರ್ ಟು ದೋಸ್ ಥಿಂಗ್ಸ್.
ಓಕೆ. ಸೊ ವೆನ್ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಇಟ್ ಹ್ಯಾಪನ್ ಇನ್ ಇಸ್ರೋ ಇನ್ ಅವರ್?
ನಾವು ರೀಲಾಂಚಬಲ್ ವೆಹಿಕಲ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀವಿ. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಈಗ ರಿಟ್ರೈವಬಲ್ ಪೋರ್ಷನ್ಸ್ಗೆ, ಆಮೇಲೆ ಯಾವುದನ್ನು ಅಂದರೆ ಈಗ ಯೂಸ್ ಇಲ್ವೋ, ಈಗ ಸ್ಯಾಟಲೈಟ್ನ ಕಳಿಸಿದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಆ ಭಾಗ ಉಳ್ಕೊಂಡಿರುತ್ತಲ್ಲ, ಅದ್ರ ಮೇಲೆ ಬೇರೆ ಉಪಕರಣಗಳನ್ನು ಇಟ್ಟು ಒಂದಿಷ್ಟು ವೈಜ್ಞಾನಿಕವಾಗಿ ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ ನಾವು ಕೆಲವೆಲ್ಲ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೆರಿಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು, ಅದನ್ನು ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀವಿ. ಬಟ್ ಆ ಒಂದು ಮಟ್ಟದಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಮಾಡಿಲ್ಲ, ಆದರೆ ಸ್ಟಡೀಸ್ ನಡೀತಾನೆ ಇದೆ. ಯಾರೂ ಮಾಡಿಲ್ಲ, ಇಲ್ಲ.
So that was my question. That recently happened and it's a
beautiful
thing. And
it was nice to watch.
It was very nice to watch because ನಾವು ಎಷ್ಟೋ ನೋಡಿದ್ವಿ, he tried many things, ಅದೆಲ್ಲ ಬ್ಲಾಸ್ಟ್ ಆಗ್ತಿತ್ತು.
ಇದರಲ್ಲೂ ದೇ ಹ್ಯಾಡ್ ಎ ಪ್ಲಾನ್ ಎ, ಪ್ಲಾನ್ ಬಿ. ಇದು ವರ್ಕ್ ಆಗಲಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂದರೆ ಯಾವುದೇ ಕಾರಣಕ್ಕೆ ಹೇಗೆ ಅದನ್ನು ವಾಪಸ್ ಸಮುದ್ರಕ್ಕೆ ಹೋಗಿ ಬೀಳೋ ಥರ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, ಅದೆಲ್ಲ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ರು. ಬಟ್ ಈ ಒಂದು ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೆರಿಮೆಂಟಲ್ಲೂ ಕೂಡ ಅವರು ಇನ್ನೂ ರಿಸಲ್ಟ್ಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಕೊಡಬೇಕು. ಎಷ್ಟು ಡ್ಯಾಮೇಜ್ ಏನಾರು ಆಯಿತಾ ಲಾಂಚ್ ಪ್ಯಾಡ್ಗೆ, ಅದನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ಅವರು ಅನಲೈಸ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಒಂದ್ಸರಿ ಇವೆಲ್ಲ ಸಕ್ಸಸ್ ಆಗಿಬಿಟ್ರೆ, ಇಮ್ಯಾಜಿನ್ ಇಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಸೀದಾ ಮೂನ್ ಮೇಲೆ ಹೋಗಿ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇಳಿಯೋದು, ಅಲ್ಲಿಂದ ವಾಪಸ್ ಬರೋದು ಎಲ್ಲ ಈಸಿ. ಮೂನ್ ಆಗಲಿ ಯಾವುದೇ ಒಂದು ಪ್ಲಾನೆಟ್ ಆಗಲಿ, ಆಸ್ಟ್ರಾಯ್ಡ್ಸ್ ಇರ್ಬೋದು.
ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್. ಅಮೇಝಿಂಗ್. ಅದನ್ನ ನಾವು ಇವಾಗ ಇಫ್ ದಟ್ ಅದೆಲ್ಲ ಬಂತು, ಎಲ್ಲ ಟೆಕ್ನಿಕಲ್ ಟೆಸ್ಟ್ಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಆಗಿ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಸೇಫ್, ಎವ್ರಿಥಿಂಗ್ ಇಸ್ ಇದಂತ ಬಂದರೆ, ಸೊ ನಾವು ವಿ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಡೆವಲಪ್ ನಮ್ಮದೇ ಇಸ್ರೋಲ್ಲೇ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾ ಅಥವಾ ಅದನ್ನ ತಗೋಬೋದಾ?
ಇಲ್ಲ, ಎಲ್ಲ ಟೆಕ್ನಾಲಜಿನೂ ನಮಗೆ ಪ್ಲೇಟಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾರೂ ಕೊಡೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ನಾವೇ ಬೇಕಾದಷ್ಟು ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀವಿ, ಸಾಕಷ್ಟು. ಎಸ್ಪೆಷಲಿ ರಾಕೆಟ್ರಿ, ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಇಟ್ ಹ್ಯಾಸ್ ಎ ಡ್ಯೂಯಲ್ ಯೂಸ್. ಸೇಮ್ ರಾಕೆಟ್ಸ್ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಬಿ ಯೂಸ್ಡ್ ಎಸ್ ವೆಪನ್ಸ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ಇನ್ ದಿಸ್ ಒನ್. ಸೊ ಯಾರೂ ನಮಗೆ ಅದನ್ನು ತಟ್ಟೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ತಗೊಳ್ಳಿಪ್ಪ ಅಂತ ಕೊಡಲ್ಲ. ನಾವು ವಿ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಲರ್ನ್. ಹಾಗೆ ನಾವು ನಮ್ಮದೇ ಡಿಸೈನ್ ಕ್ರಯೋ ಎಂಜಿನ್ಸು ಎಲ್ಲ ಮಾಡಿ, ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಪ್ರಪಂಚದಲ್ಲೇ 6-7 ದೇಶಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಒಬ್ಬರು
ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್
ನಮ್ಮದೇ ಮಾಡೋದಕ್ಕೆ.
ಹೌದು.
ಸೊ ಅಷ್ಟರ ಮಟ್ಟಿಗೆ ನಡೆದಿದೆ. ನಾ ಹೇಳಿದಾಗೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಉದ್ದೇಶಗಳು ಬೇರೆ ಇತ್ತು. ನಮ್ಮ ಉದ್ದೇಶ ಹೇಗೆ ಎವ್ರಿ ಆಸ್ಪೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಹ್ಯೂಮನ್ ಲೈಫ್ ವಿ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಇಂಪ್ರೂವ್, ಅದ್ರ ಮೇಲೆ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಕಾನ್ಸಂಟ್ರೇಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ, ಜೊತೆಗೆ ನಮ್ಮದೇ ರಾಕೆಟ್ ಇರಬೇಕು, ನಮ್ಮ ಸ್ವಾಧೀನದಲ್ಲಿರಬೇಕು. ರಾಕೆಟ್ ಹೇಗೆ ಮಾಡೋದು ಅದನ್ನು ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಬಂದು, ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಬೇಕಾದಂಥ ಯಾವ್ಯಾವ ತಂತ್ರಜ್ಞಾನ ಬೇಕೋ, ಕ್ರಯೋ, ಇವನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ನಾವು ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಬಂದಿದ್ದೀವಿ. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಇವತ್ತು ಇಂಡಿಯನ್ ಸ್ಪೇಸ್ ಪ್ರೋಗ್ರಾಮ್ ಅಂದರೆ ಪ್ರಪಂಚದಲ್ಲಿ ತುಂಬ ಗೌರವ.
100%. ಸೊ ಇದು ಎಷ್ಟು ಸ್ಪ್ಯಾನಲ್ಲಿ ಆಗ್ಬೋದು ಮ್ಯಾಮ್ ಇನ್ನು ವೆನ್ ವಿ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಸಿ?
ಇವಾಗ ಒಂದು ದೊಡ್ಡ ಬದಲಾವಣೆ ಬರ್ತಿದೆ.
ಹ್ಮ್
ಈಗ ನಾವು ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ವಲ್ಲ ಕಮ್ಯುನಿಕೇಷನ್ ಸ್ಯಾಟಲೈಟ್ಸು, ರಿಮೋಟ್ ಸ್ಯಾಟಲೈಟ್ಸು, ರಿಮೋಟ್ ಸೆನ್ಸಿಂಗ್, ನ್ಯಾವಿಗೇಷನ್ ಸ್ಯಾಟಲೈಟ್ಸು, ವೆದರ್ ಸ್ಯಾಟಲೈಟ್ಸ್, ಇವುಗಳೆಲ್ಲ ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ಆಯಿತು. ಬೇಕಾದಷ್ಟು ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀವಿ ನಾವು, ಸುಮಾರು 100 ಮೇಲೆ ಸ್ಯಾಟಲೈಟ್ಸು. ಇದನ್ನು ಈಗ ನೀವೆಲ್ಲ ಓದಿರ್ಬೋದು, ಇದನ್ನು ಪ್ರೈವೇಟ್ ಕಂಪನಿಗಳಾಗಲಿ ಅಥವಾ ಪಬ್ಲಿಕ್ ಸೆಕ್ಟರ್ ಕಂಪನಿಗಳಾಗಲಿ ಅವ್ರು ಮಾಡಲಿ, ಪ್ರೊಡಕ್ಷನ್ ಥರ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಬೇಕಾದ ಟೆಕ್ನಾಲಜಿ ಎಲ್ಲ ಕೊಡ್ತೀವಿ. ಅವರು ಇಸ್ರೋ ಫೆಸಿಲಿಟಿನೂ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು ಬೇಕಾರೆ, ಆ ಥರ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಬರಲಿ. ಇಸ್ರೋ ಶುಡ್ ಕಾನ್ಸಂಟ್ರೇಟ್ ಆನ್ ಸೈನ್ಸ್ ಇನೋವೇಷನ್ಸು, ಈ ಥರದ್ದೆಲ್ಲ ಒಂದು ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಬರಬೇಕು ಅಂತ, ಸೈನ್ಸ್ ಪ್ರೋಗ್ರಾಮ್ಸ್ ಕಡೆ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಗಮನ ಕೊಡಬೇಕು ಅಂತ. ಸೊ phase 1 of ISRO is over. Which was Sarabhai's dreams, we have made it true.
Yes.
Now it is phase 2 now, wherein we have to hand over to private people.
Correct.
Where private and public sectors, industry, and open it up even for foreign countries to come establish here and then do it. Because there is a lot of economics involved. And it can bring in a lot of money. Space.
Yeah.
Space is not just, for demonstrations or something. All that is done, and we have seen how consumers have tremendously increased in India.
Correct.
Communication agli, every department uses space aspects. So ಅದರಿಂದ ಅದನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ಅವ್ರು ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ we'll be concentrating. So I think we'll be able to do better in next 1.5 decades. We should be able to do that.
Okay, it's amazing.
And also, for everything we cannot compare SpaceX.
Correct.
SpaceX is by a person who is deep pocket and who need not have to answer 100 people.
Exactly.
If there is a loss, it is his loss. If a gain, his gain. We are not like that. We are answerable. We are using public money, and like NASA. Correct. NASA also cannot simply do whatever they want, right? So they need approvals, cabinet approvals and all that. So that is why we want people like Elon Musk to be born in India, grow in India. Now it is opened up. Whoever can have that adventurous nature and who can afford. Why public money has to be used on that?
Correct.
So if somebody is ready to invest and get the gains out of it, you become rich, no problem. So ISRO is ready now, be a guru to give them all the technology and let them do those things. A lot of youngsters have started, companies, and recently they launched also, Skyroot or rocket level, but it should be a much bigger scale.
Correct.
And of course, industry was always part of ISRO. In fact, there is a statement by one of our chairman earlier that in making the rocket, nearly 70-75% comes from various industries.
Correct.
Parts, materials, processes. So, but end to end, they have to do now. That is the point. And they have to own it.
Correct.
You invest, you do it. Technology will give.
Yeah.
That is the way. So I hope that a lot more things will come out.
Correct.
We have programs to Venus, and we have sample bringing back from moon. That program. I mean, ISRO is going to concentrate more on those.
What ಇದನ್ನೇ ಇವಾಗ ಚಂದ್ರಯಾನ್ 3 what exactly it gives us? Like ಏನ್ ತಗೋಬಹುದು ನಾವು? Like minerals.
First important, we landed. We put a rover, and we know the technology. Most important, how to do a soft landing. Nobody will teach us those things.
Correct.
Right? So we have learnt it. That is the biggest. So along with that, lot of science instruments were there, like analyzing the chemical composition of that sand and the seismic activities on the moon, understanding that. And so many such experiments were there. They are there. Okay, but our main purpose was demonstrating that. ಏನೋ ಮಾಡೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಹೋಗಿ ದೊಡ್ಡದು ಒಂದು ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡು ಇದೇ ಆಗಲಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂದರೆ ಹೇಗೆ? ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಹಿಡಿಯೋದು ಹೇಗೆ ಅಂತ ಕಲ್ತ್ಕೊ ಅಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ that was according to me, that was our first and foremost
Okay.
thing.
Now you told that we have a lot of projects and even Venus is included. I was like, wow, okay. Amazing.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Very
Seriously.
exciting. Yeah.
And compare ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ with limited resources, we are achieving the most of it, ಅಲ್ಲ?
ನಾವು ಹತ್ರ ಹೇಳ್ಕೋಬೋದು, ಬಟ್ ವಿ ಶುಡ್ ಫೀಲ್ ಪ್ರೌಡ್ ಅಬೌಟ್ ಒನ್ ಥಿಂಗ್, that I think Indian space program played a crucial role post independence in bringing a modern technologically enabled nation. Okay, that is our main achievement. Okay, and of course we had limited resources and we have done it. Our you see, somebody is running a race for something.
Correct.
But we are not in that race. We are doing something else. So how do you compare? It's like comparing apples and oranges.
Correct.
So I don't want to boast like that. We have done a tremendous job.
Yes.
We have done exceedingly good. But I don't say we are better than NASA. No, not that way. They are good in their own thing. We are good in our own aims.
Yes.
Goals.
True.
Whatever is.
ಮ್ಯಾಮ್, ಇವಾಗ ಇಫ್ ಒಬ್ಬ ಹುಡುಗ 10th or a high school guy want to be a scientist in ISRO or he want to come astrophysics, ಇದ್ರಲ್ಲಿ ಬರಬೇಕು ಅಂದರೆ what should be his first steps or what should he concentrate more on?
ತಾನೇ ನಾವು ಮಾತಾಡ್ದಾಗೆ ಇವಾಗ ಸ್ಪೇಸ್ ಪ್ರೋಗ್ರಾಮ್ಗೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ಫೀಲ್ಡ್ಸು ಬೇಕು. ನಾವು ಆಗಲೇ ನೋಡಿದ್ವಿ. ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಮೋಸ್ಟ್ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ದಟ್ ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ has to be really interested in doing something and be able to put, ಇದೇನು ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ, ಧನ ಇರಲ್ಲ ಬಿಡಿ, ತನು ಮನ ಎಲ್ಲ ಹಾಕಿ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಅಂದರೆ ಕಾನ್ಸಂಟ್ರೇಷನ್ ಇಡಬೇಕು. ಅಂಡ್ ಯು ಶುಡ್ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಎ ಪ್ಯಾಷನ್ ಟು ಡೂ ಇಟ್. ಸೊ ಹಾಕೊಂಡು ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಈ ವಿಲ್ ಸಕ್ಸೀಡ್ ವಾಟ್ ಎವರ್ ಫೀಲ್ಡ್ ಈ ಟೇಕ್ಸ್. ಈ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಕಾಂಟ್ರಿಬ್ಯೂಟ್ ಟು ಸ್ಪೇಸ್. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ಅಫ್ಕೋರ್ಸ್ ಸೈನ್ಸ್ ಸ್ಟ್ರೀಮ್ಸ್ ಬೇಸಿಕ್ಲಿ and technological streams will be most useful, including medicine. Space medicine ಇದೆ, ಲಾ ಇದೆ ಇವಾಗ, ಸ್ಪೇಸ್ ಲಾ. I mean it's quite common now. So there are lawyers because space is getting so congested. There are a lot of
space is getting congested. It's an amazing statement.
Highly congested. So there are a lot of space laws. Now, especially now we are opening to private people, no? And there have to be a lot of regulations and all that on that. So even the legal people are getting into the space business. So wherever your inclination is there, okay, you have to have passion, interest, and then go into depth. You will succeed.
Correct.
First utsaha irbeku, ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ ಅನ್ನೋದು, ಅದಿದ್ರೆ nothing is impossible.
Correct. Ma'am, tell us a law and what's ಯಾವ ಥರ ಒಂದು ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್?
ಒಂದು ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ಕೊಡ್ತೀನಿ. ಫಾರ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್, ನಾವು ಕನ್ವೆನ್ಷನಲಿ 36,000 ಕಿಲೋಮೀಟರ್ಸಲ್ಲಿ ವಿ ವರ್ ಪುಟ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ಆಲ್ ಕಮ್ಯುನಿಕೇಷನ್ ಸ್ಯಾಟಲೈಟ್ಸ್.
ಓಕೆ.
ಇವಾಗ ಅಫ್ಕೋರ್ಸ್ ಲೋ ಅರ್ತ್ ಆರ್ಬಿಟ್ ಕಮ್ಯುನಿಕೇಷನ್ ಸ್ಯಾಟಲೈಟ್ಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಬರ್ತಿದೆ. ಯಾವುದೇ ಆಗಲಿ, ಕಮ್ಯುನಿಕೇಷನ್ ಅಂದರೆ ಏನು? ಸಿಗ್ನಲ್ಸ್ನ ಅಪ್ ಲಿಂಕ್ ಡೌನ್ ಲಿಂಕ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇರಬೇಕು ಅಲ್ವಾ? ಸೊ ಇಫ್ ಯು ಡೋಂಟ್ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ರೆಗ್ಯುಲೇಷನ್ ಆನ್ ದ್ಯಾಟ್, ಒಬ್ಬರ ಕಮ್ಯುನಿಕೇಷನ್ ಇನ್ನೊಬ್ರ ಕಮ್ಯುನಿಕೇಷನ್ ಫುಲ್ ಮಿಕ್ಸಪ್ ಆಗಿ ಸಿಗ್ನಲ್ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ಲಾಸ್ಟ್. ಸೊ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ವೆರಿ ಸ್ಟ್ರಿಕ್ಟ್ ರೂಲ್ಸ್ ವಿ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಫಾಲೋ. ನಮ್ಮ ಕಮ್ಯುನಿಕೇಷನ್ ಎಷ್ಟು ಏರಿಯಾ ತನಕ ಹೋಗಬೇಕು, ಎಷ್ಟು ಪವರ್ ಒಳಗಡೆ ಇರಬೇಕು. ಈಗ ಫಾರ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್, ಯಾರೋ ಮೈಕಲ್ಲಿ ಜೋರಾಗಿ ಕಿರಿಸ್ತಾ ಇರ್ತಾರೆ, ಈ ಕಡೆ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಪ್ರೋಗ್ರಾಮ್ ನಡೀತಿರುತ್ತೆ ಅವ್ರ ಮೈಕಲ್ಲಿ, ಕೊನೆಗೆ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ಯಾರಿಗೂ ಏನೂ ಲಾಭ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಅವ್ರು ಆಡಿಯನ್ಸು ಇಲ್ಲ, ಇವ್ರ ಆಡಿಯನ್ಸು ಇಲ್ಲ, ಇಬ್ರು ಕೇಳೋದಿಲ್ಲ ತಾನೆ. ಸೊ ಅದಕ್ಕೆಲ್ಲ ರೂಲ್ಸ್ ಅಂಡ್ ರೆಗ್ಯುಲೇಷನ್ಸ್ ಅದು ಒಂದು. ಈಗ ಒಂದು ಲೋ ಅರ್ತ್ ಆರ್ಬಿಟಲ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀವಿ, ಆಂಟನಾಗಳು ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ ಇರಬೇಕು, ಹೇಗೆ ಡಿಸ್ಟರ್ಬ್ ಮಾಡಬಾರ್ದು ಬೇರೆ ಸ್ಯಾಟಲೈಟ್ಗೆ, ಆ ಥರ ಒಂದು. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಸ್ಯಾಟಲೈಟ್ಸ್ನ ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಇಡ್ತೀವಿ ಅದು ಫಿಸಿಕಲಿ ದೇ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಬಿ ಸಪ್ರೇಟೆಡ್, ಒಂದಕ್ಕೊಂದು ಹೊಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಇದಾಗಬಾರ್ದು. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಸ್ಯಾಟಲೈಟ್ಸ್ ಅವ್ರ ಕೆಲಸ ಆಗತ್ಲು ಅದನ್ನು ಹೇಗೆ ಡಿಸ್ಪೋಸ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, ಎಲ್ಲ ಅಲ್ಲೇ ಜಂಕ್ ಸೇರ್ಕೋತಾ ಇದ್ರೆ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್. ಯಾರು ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ ಅದೆಲ್ಲ ಲೀಗಲ್ ಜ್ಯೂರಿಸ್ಡಿಕ್ಷನ್ಗೆ ಬರ್ತಾ ಹೋಗ್ಬಿಡತ್ತೆ ಇವಾಗ ಆಯ್ತಾ. ಸೊ ಈ ಥರ ಬೇಕಾದಷ್ಟು ಫೀಲ್ಡ್ಸ್ ವೇರ್ ಯು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಕಾಂಟ್ರಿಬ್ಯೂಟ್ ಇಫ್ ಯು ಆರ್ ಇಂಟ್ರೆಸ್ಟೆಡ್. ಸೊ ದೇರ್ ಈಸ್ ನೋ ಲಿಮಿಟೇಷನ್, ಸ್ಕೈ ಇಸ್ ದ ಲಿಮಿಟ್.
ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್. ಎಸ್ಪೆಷಲಿ ವಿತ್ ISRO, of course, sky is the limit. Yeah.
Even sky is not the limit.
Sky is not the limit. That was ನಾನು ಅದನ್ನ ಹೇಳೋಣ ಅನ್ಕೊಂಡೆ, ಬಟ್ ಓಕೆ ಇದು
Even
ತಮ್ಮ
sky is not- even sky
Even
is
sky
not
is
the
not the
limit.
limit. That's
So,
what ISRO is.
There are so many ways one can go. Botanists, ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಗಿಡಗಳನ್ನ ಇದು ಸ್ಮಾಲ್ ಸೀಡ್ಸು, ಆಮೇಲೆ ಲೈಫ್ ಫಾರ್ಮ್, ಝುವಾಲಜಿಸ್, ಲೈಫ್ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ಸ್ ಅದನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ಹೇಗೆ ಸ್ಪೇಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ರಿಯಾಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ. ಮೆಡಿಕಲ್ ಅಂತೂ ಗೊತ್ತೇ ಇದೆ ಎಷ್ಟು ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್, ಆಗ್ಲೇ ಮಾತಾಡಿದ್ವಿ. ಈ ಥರ ಎವ್ರಿ ಫೀಲ್ಡ್ ಇಸ್ ರಿಕ್ವೈರ್ಡ್. ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಓಪನಿಂಗ್ ಅಪ್ ಲೈಕ್ ಎನಿಥಿಂಗ್.
ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್. ಅಂಡ್ ನಂದು ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಮೈ ಪರ್ಸನಲ್ ಕ್ವೆಶನ್, ಅಗೇನ್ ಸ್ಟುಪಿಡ್ ಕ್ವೆಶನ್ ಐ ಗೆಸ್. ನಾನು ಇದನ್ನ ಒಂದು ಇದರಲ್ಲೇ ಓದ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೆ ಮ್ಯಾಮ್, ಲೈಕ್ ಇನ್ ನಾರ್ಮಲ್ ಇಂಟರ್ನೆಟ್. ನೀಲ್ ಆರ್ಮ್ಸ್ಟ್ರಾಂಗ್ ಸ್ಟೋರಿ, ದೇ ಆರ್ ಟ್ರೈಂಗ್ ಟು ಪ್ರೂವ್ ಇಟ್ ವಾಸ್ ಫೇಕ್. ನೀಲ್ ಆರ್ಮ್ಸ್ಟ್ರಾಂಗ್
ಅದು ಅವಾಗಿಂದ ನಡೀತಾ ಇದೆ. ಸಿ ಮೆನಿ ಥಿಂಗ್ಸ್, ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಐ ವಾಂಟ್ to believe it is truth. Okay, they have done it. And it was a great feat for those days.
Correct.
For the level of technology we had, and but not impossible.
Yeah, of course.
They done it. So many people ask, if they had done it, what is a big deal? They have landed. Why we are struggling so much? No. Today's technology, we cannot be going like
correct.
We have to do in a more efficient way. But you can definitely repeat the same thing. That's not the point. The point is to become 100 times better.
Correct.
Today, right? That's what everybody is trying to do. Okay, those days the purpose was just to see that he can land and walk and come back.
Correct.
But today that is not the
That's
purpose.
not the purpose.
Right? So I don't want to really encourage such thoughts that the program was wrong, that no.
Stupid things.
Yeah. Competition brings the best. The Cold War brought the best.
Correct.
In technology those days.
Howd. So yeah, thank you so much ma'am for coming to our show. And this is not a scientific thing, but ಎಷ್ಟೊಂದು ಜನಕ್ಕೆ ಇದು ಒಂಥರ they want to hear it from you. ಸೊ ತಿಳ್ಕೊಂಡ್ರು ಎಷ್ಟೊಂದು, ನಾವು ಎಷ್ಟೊಂದು ತಿಳ್ಕೊಂಡ್ವಿ. And
it was my pleasure. I had a great time with you. Thank you. It was very nice.
Thank you ma'am. Thank you
all
so
the
much.
Best. All the best.
Thank you.